Howdy folks, how's it diddling? In this video, I attempt to do brakes on Purple Slurple. And also, I find some other interesting things. Yay. Come and join me, will you? How much rust? All of it. So, what have I found? Well, I noticed that the handbrake, because this has been sat for a while with the handbrake on, this wheel over here has been sticking. Not that you can see much in the dark, but down there, the drinker's side rear wheel, the drum was sticking. So gave it a bit of a bash with a hammer and it kind of come loose. So I've decided to take the drum off, which wasn't too bad to be fair. 22mm nut. Trying to get the drum off was a bit awkward, but we got there. So got the drum off and it's not too bad actually. Well, I say that, I think clearly by the thickness of the shoes, the one closer to the front is worn away a lot more. Actually, let me just show you. All right, got my trusty phone torch. So here is the brake shoe. Like I say, not too bad. Wheel cylinder looks fairly clean. Now you can see the thickness on this pad here. That's not too bad. About average. But then you have a look at that one and it's paper thin. Yeah, so it's clearly been dragging on this drum. So I'm going to replace it, but I've taken the 4 studs that hold this out because the plan is to take this drum completely off with the backing plate and take this whole assembly out. I've already undone the handbrake cable. I need to do a bit on the back. Also, if we squeeze in here, I need to undo the brake union pipe. That is currently very solid, so I've sprayed it with some penetrating fluid. But as you can tell, it's getting rather dark, so I'll let that soak in and you know, have a go tomorrow. But let me show you something that I did find that, well, made this vehicle a bit weird to drive. I say weird to drive when I drove it up and down the road in order to get it moved and also getting it on the back of the recovery truck. Let me show you. So if we slide underneath, I'm too old for this. So, oh yeah, there's the... Right, so if you go this side, you've got this mount there, and behind that mount, it's meant to be a shock absorber. Let me show you what I mean. So, this side, you can see the bolt going through, and the bottom of the shock there. If we swing to the other side and have a look, sorry about the camera angles folks, all on my own and it's dark. If you can see there that there appears to be no bolts, nothing, nada, nothing here. That's it. Yeah, so, and the thing is, this had a brand new shock this side, so someone's robbed that as well, plus the hardware, so it's not so bad. I can just get a normal nut and bolt for the bottom, but for the top, see, this is where it's meant to bolt in from, right here. As you can see, there is nothing there. So it means I need to get a bolt for that. Hopefully I can get one off a Suzuki Auto or something. As you can see, the lovely lowering springs there. Nice. Red means fast. So yeah, that's what I found. So I've been working on this for about 2 hours or so, getting that drum off, because like I say, it wasn't too bad. It's not the worst, but it's not the best. So, and also trying to get that brake union off is, well, how can I put it? A bit of a bugger. It's frozen up solid. So I'm going to leave it for today, because today is Wednesday. So I'm going to leave it for now because it's getting dark and I haven't got any lights inside here to kind of help work, and it's getting rather cold. It was minus, I think it was minus 4 or 5 this morning. Oof, lovely. Kill the old bugs and probably kill a few old people if they're not careful. But yeah, so I'm going to leave this now. So join me tomorrow. Hopefully the weather will be nice and shiny, and I can crack on, hopefully getting that backing plate off with the brake cylinder and everything, take it home, give it a good clean, replace everything, give the backing plate a bit of a spruce up and a bit of a paint, and then throw it back on, hopefully. Anyway, that's the plan. So join me in the next clip, which will be instantaneous for you, but around about 12 hours for me. So here we go. Right, folks, it's been, instead of 1 day, it's been 5, because the weather's been truly awful and procrastinating and blah-de-blah-de-blah. Plus we had snow. So, but anyway, I'm back and I've decided, in my wisdom, I'm not just going to do the brakes. No, that'd be far too easy, even though it's not, because I can't get drums for it because no one stocks them. And I can't get shock absorbers either, because guess what? No one stocks them. Turns out that this is a rare little beast, and trying to find parts for it is going to be, well, trying to find like cheese on the moon. But I have decided to remove the bumper. Now, I haven't fully taken it off yet because, well, frankly, I was quite astonished. So you have 4 locating bolts like that. 10 mil at the top. Meant to have 4 at the bottom. There was 2. And then a little, looks like a wood screw, but a little screw in either corner to hold it up in the arch. And then some connectors. So, yeah. Let's take this bumper off and see what horrors lie beneath. Because I know every time I've tapped it, I've had a face full of, well, rust. So, here you go, shall we? Right, I've removed the rear bumper, and that's a nightmare. We'll just leave that to one side. But more importantly, let's get the old... Now, tell me your car has rust without telling me your car has rust. Watch the ground. You know them jobs that you wish you never started? Like, for instance, take a bumper off a 30-plus-year-old Japanese box on wheels. Should have learnt my lesson by now. But never mind, never mind. It needs fixing, because we don't want the bumper to drop off anyway. Right, let me bring you a bit closer. So this is what we've got to deal with. So that's a bracket that holds on. That bolt there is not factory. This is barely holding on. I'd say it's not even holding on. Yeah, so I need to make a new one of those up. As you can see, it's rotted through the back. Tell you what, where's a pokey stick? Aha, pokey. Oh, right. Oh, so far so good. Lower edge good. Not so good. Flaky. That's a factory hole, by the way. So is that one. Well, so far, folks. Yeah, that's not meant to happen. The rear bumper mounts are not meant to be quick release. Well, they are. If you've got this much rust. Beautiful. But I tell you what, though. Oh, look at that purple paint. Oh, it's all worth it for the purple paint, even though you've got this big problem. Right, that's going to get chopped out, plate put in. And also, going to have to figure out some mounts. So I'll probably end up having to put the bumper on, make some mounts up, and... But you can see that bolt, that's the one that snapped. Now, because I'm in a container as well, I've put down this beautiful blue mat to stop any oil or anything like that getting onto the wood. Don't want to destroy that. But overall, it could be a lot worse. But it's not. Yay. Now I know what you're going to say, folks. Just scrap it, Dave. What's the point? It's a Suzuki Swift. It's worth nothing. And I know. But then again, I remember many years ago, you could go to the scrapyard and it would be a flurry with Mark 1 and Mark 2 Escorts. 3 doors as well. And they looked fairly alright. They needed a little bit of welding, but they looked pretty sound. And they were scrapped because they were worth nothing and no one wanted them. And now look at the price of them. Now, this is no Ford Escort. Wish it was. But then again, it wouldn't have cost me so little. But I just have to keep reminding myself of this beautiful, ignore the cobweb, the beautiful purple paint. I just think that seeing this at Festival Exceptional 2024 would be an absolute gem. The fact that it hasn't been on the road or had an MOT since 2017, or is it 16 or even 15? I'm not sure. I think it's 15. Yeah, 15. So it's been off the road for quite a while, coming up to almost 8 years. It'll be 9 years next year. So, and what you need is someone with special ability, with a welder, well, not really a special ability, autism, I would call it, to be able to try and stick this thing back together and get it through an MOT. But of course, I could just, like I say, throw it all together and blah, blah, blah. But no, that would be far too easy. So the next job is to remove the axle, because that's going to be fun. Why do I do myself this? Why? Right, folks. Progress of moving the rear axle is slow. Very slow. But luckily, no broken bolts, nothing sheared. So let me scooch down here and show you where we're at. So this bar is loose. The bits under here, they're all loose. Managed to get that brake hose out. And the springs are out. Undone the rear shocker. What else? Yep, so rear shock. Obviously there wasn't one this side. Now I've made a, rolling about on the floor, I've made, now even though I managed to get this undone, I decided, you know what, sod it, because this bracket here is attached to the rear axle and that's not going to go anywhere, so these need replacing. There's not much fluid coming through, so I've cut that one and I've cut the other side. To be fair, the other side, this piece is rounded off and not coming off, so it's going to get new, going to make new pipes up, new hoses, get them on order. Now the only thing stopping me from getting this rear axle out the car is, if we swing by down here, is the handbrake cables. They are C-solid in there. What a surprise. So I need to look online to see if I can order some, because if so, then I'm just going to cut the back of them and then I can get the axle out. The portion leveling valve is being unhooked just here, that dirty dangling bit over here. Where are we pointing? Somewhere over there. So yeah, it's slowly getting there. So the light's fading, and like I say, I need to check, see if I can get those handbrake cables out. If not, find if I can get some new ones and I'll just cut them bugs off and then I can remove the rear axle. I was hoping to get it out today, but I've been fighting it for a good couple of hours. Like I say, every bolt's been well and truly on there. Luckily nothing's snapped, it's just been an absolute pain. So the next time you see this, the rear axle will be out and I'm going to be cleaning up all this with a wire wheel, try and get rid of all this dirt and detritus, and then try and figure out welding. But as far as I'm aware, underneath is nice and solid, so I'll clean underneath there. The axle will be cleaned up, wire wheeled, etch primed, and now I would go as far as to get it sandblasted and get it powder coated, but there's really no point. Maybe in the future, but at the time being, I want to try and get this axle off, reinstated. Like I say, I'll probably end up having to put new handbrake cables on. It is what it is. But if, like I say, if I can get the old ones out, great, but they're probably stretched. So that's going to do it now, folks. So if you like this kind of video, give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. It's entirely up to you. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. I'm also, you can look on the Twitter, Instagram, and what is it? TikTok as well. That's it. TikTok. You can check me out on TikTok for some videos and bits and pieces and skits and all that. So until the next video, folks, have a good one, and always remember, tidy bar.